Let's take a look. So Amazon's holy grail, they said this is the holy grail of recruiting tools, but actually it was biased against women. From 2014 to 2017, Amazon tried to build a tool that used artificial intelligence to rate the best job candidates like products on its website. From a 1 to 5 stars, according to a new report from Reuters. But a year into the project, the programmers realized that the algorithmic system wasn't good at identifying people's job potential. It was just good at identifying men. Artificial intelligence systems like the one Amazon tried to build typically requires lots of data to learn. Everybody wanted this holy grail, one of Amazon employees said. They literally wanted it to be an engine where I'm going to give you 100 resumes and it will spit out the top 5 and we'll hire those. This is where the bias crept in, according to Reuters. The team decided to train the system on the previous, check this out, y'all, the previous 10 years of resumes sent to Amazon, which were mostly men. When the algorithm reached its conclusions for what would be good, y'all gonna trip out on this. Listen to this. What would be good and what would be bad in an applicant? It mirrored the hiring biases towards men. Here's what happened, y'all. Let me find this. This is the part that tripped me out. So it was a company, the algorithm system went so far as to penalize the word women on a resume. As in, if you put on your resume, you were in a women's club or sport or sorority or something like that. And it downgraded all women's colleges as less preferable. Amazon reportedly tried to make the algorithm more neutral, but there was no guarantee that it actually was less biased. Now that's just one report. I want to show you all another one. Let me see what y'all saying. I think that's tripped out. First of all, like I said, when we looked at this other ADP thing, here's the thing. Remember, we determined the definition of artificial intelligence is human intelligence put into a machine. So the human that's putting the intelligence, who's that person? Who's to say that this person don't have biases of their own? And they put in this stuff in this machine saying, oh, you know, if they play women's sport, they're probably not going to be a fit here. I'm sure they didn't do that, but their biases got in the way. So here's how I would think about that. If I'm submitting my resume, right? What companies should be doing, and I hardly ever say what anybody should be doing, but I feel strongly about this, is have neutral job descriptions. But we ain't gonna get into that. Maybe we'll have a conversation about that, because when they use words like invigorating, exciting, and this is an exciting job and we want someone innovative, they want somebody young. I already went down this train. I did a whole thing on this. I was on a whole panel about this. All the job descriptions need to be neutral. So when you're submitting your resume, when you're creating your resume, or if you're having someone create it for you, one of the things, and I know whether or not fair or not, this is what it is. You want that resume to be as neutral as possible. I'm not saying don't be yourself. I'm not saying omit things that you think would be helpful in you getting into a job or the interview. And this is even if you're working internally, because especially if you're working at a job that's a global company, they don't know you from Adam. Internally, you still have to submit a resume. So anything that you share, you want it to be neutral, just because of these systems. You never know when a system's in play and somebody's recording your your information. I'm helping somebody with their credit, and I was telling them that they don't read your stuff anymore. That's all machines. So now if you're putting certain words and certain things, that's why this is not happening. So now again, we're educating ourselves to think about when we're submitting, when we're sending emails and we're talking, sometimes a lot of that stuff is read by AI. Let's look at another one. This is another one that really tripped me out. Let me see what y'all saying first. Let me see. Janelle's in the building. What's up, girl? What's up? Barbara said, wow, AI. Barbara said, AI is software that is programmed to pull the data. That's it. Lady Lowe said, wow. Janelle said, right. That's a good question. Yeah, y'all. Hey, Zal, what's happening? We're glad you're here. Listen, we just want to be aware. Y'all. We just want to be aware. Here's another one. This is another one. So we talked about Amazon, right? And what they try to create. Let me see. Did I pick up the same one? This other one I wanted y'all to see too. Oh, this one. Okay. Let me share my screen. And this is talking about Amazon as well. But here's something that they tried to do. And I was like, this is nuts. This is just nuts. And then we're going to look at a use case, a case study rather. So let me wait for it to load. So it says companies are on the hook if their hiring algorithms are biased. So they're trying to crack down on this, right? But here's the thing with companies, and here's what I know also being a recruiter, they want those jobs filled yesterday. 9 times out of 10, before they'll create a new position, they're backfilling, which means somebody left or somebody got promoted or somebody moved. So that means work isn't getting done and that somebody's being overloaded and a manager or a leader, right? They're not meeting their deliverables. So they've always wanted jobs filled yesterday, right? And so here's another one. This is the same. This is Amazon as well. But check this out. Mark Gerard is an employment attorney at Nealon Johnson Lewis. He says one of his clients was vetting a company selling a resume screening tool. Remember, we just talked about that. They pitching these tools, y'all. So one of his clients, they were vetting a company selling a resume screening tool, but didn't want to make the decision until they knew what the algorithm was prioritizing in a person's CV. So what were they putting first to prioritize the resumes that would be the ones that they wanted to see? After an audit of the algorithm, the resume screening company found that the algorithm found 2 factors to be most indicative of job performance. So this resume screening company said, you know what? Out of all the companies we've worked with and the resumes we've screened, here are the 2 most important factors. Check this out, y'all. When it comes to job performance, and we want Janelle and Stacy and Zal, here's what they gotta have. Their name has to be Gerard, and they have to play high school lacrosse. It is not even funny. Do y'all see this? Y'all see this, right? Their name had to be Jared, and they had to have played high school lacrosse. Needless to say, Gerard's client did not use the tool. If that is not the craziest thing. Let me see what y'all say. Is it me? So, all right, Robin, you're gonna have to go change your name. Vivian, Yolanda, you gotta go change your name. And we all gotta be called Jared. And we have to go learn high school lacrosse. Y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Otherwise, you don't perform on your job at all. Ain't that crazy? See, this is the thing that I think that really gets like a bee in my bonnet, like they say, is because with all this artificial intelligence talking, we've been talking about it all month. And if we go back to week one, the one thing that is a bee in my bonnet is the definition, because it's human intelligence that's creating these machines. But if you got a man or a man that says, you know what, nobody that's creating a resume screening tool and said, you know what, they have to have went to an Ivy League college. They have to have had a PhD. These are going to be your best performers. That's where my problem comes in at. How do y'all feel? Is it me, Jaretta? Barbara said Jaretta. That's it, Robin. That's it. That's it. That's it. We are going backwards. That's the problem. Now, I know I'm not the only one that feels this way, and I know that there's some people looking into this and looking at these tools and things like that. But I want y'all to know, if anything, if you are going after a role and you're screened out, this is why I tell, especially a lot of my clients, don't take it personal. You have no idea sometimes what these people want. You can have everything, and you know you got everything. And I've seen people adopt what they've been told through an interview or through, a recruiter or something like that. And they adopt that and they internalize that as, I'm a reject, or I keep getting rejected, or I'm not good enough, or imposter syndrome because of what one person said that worked at one job for that one company. And unfortunately, y'all, people have biases. And I'll tell y'all, I worked at a major tech company. Some of y'all know, I won't say their name. I worked at a major tech company. And I remember during one of the debriefing sessions, we had debriefing sessions. So we would do hiring events, and then we would get in a room and we would go through the candidates. And I remember we would put 4 candidates at a time on the board, and each of the people that were on the panel would give their thoughts about each candidate. So we had Barbara, we had Robin, we had Yolanda, and we had Susan, right? We had all 4 of y'all on the board. And so all the panel, and so as recruiters, we were in the back, right? Because we're supposed to keep them, we're supposed to be like the experts in the room. So they would go and they would look at Yolanda. And so this panel would be like, yeah, she was good. She was, thoughtful. She had thoughtful answers. She shared, that she had done this in the past at her current role, I think we should pursue her. Then the next one would go in the next one. And let's say one of them didn't. If one person was like, no, I don't think Susan's going to be our person. I asked her and she couldn't answer this question, or she didn't finish the coding exercise. We had to sit there until everybody came together. My point of me sharing this is this. Often they would say words like, well, when you compare Susan to Zal, that's when we would jump in. Because we had to tell, these are senior leaders, VPs, directors, all of that. When you compare Susan with Zal has the PhD, and Susan, she went to high school, right? She's got all this experience, but she doesn't, you should not be comparing. You shouldn't. Right? And while it's at the top of my mind, always get feedback. I'm gonna throw that in. If you're ever out there interviewing, even if it's internally, get that feedback, because you want to know why. And I'm gonna show you in this use case coming up in a second what happened when these people got feedback. But what we found is that there's biases in the people that interview all of us. They're comparing, right, Lady Lowe to Derek. It shouldn't be. You should only be assessed based on what you bring to the table. Don't compare me and Barbara, because Barbara's experience is different than Kelly's experience. Which one is going to bring value to this opportunity? Which one is going to be the better fit for the opportunity? Don't compare me. Now, this happens. It's just me talking. But I do know that we did jump in. There was a lot of us recruited. It wasn't just myself, but we would tell them that we're not basing this decision off a comparison. Which one is the best fit for the role? So I'm sharing that with you so you can see what happens behind the scenes when you're out there and you're going and you're wondering, especially if you take it personally. I have had clients that really come to me and they feel beat up. That's why I say don't take it personal. And some people, well, Kelly, that's easy for you to say. You're not. No, I'm telling you what's happening. I'm telling you why you shouldn't. Y'all got me? Hey, Suze. Barbara said, I don't, and I refuse to do that. That's great. That's great. That's great. Gary said, good evening. That program is even worse than nepotism. You're right. You're right. That would also explain the ridiculous amount of nail on the head. That's it. That's it. I posted something in my story on IG when a girl said, some of y'all saw it. She showed her Outlook email and she pointed to the time. It was 11:37, where she had applied for a position. She said, look, y'all. She said, I just applied for this position at 11:37. And then she went down at 11:38 or up top. 11:38, she got a rejection letter. Didn't no human look at that. And some of us is internalizing this. And you think I'm just saying it just to be motivational. No, don't take it personal. I literally mean it. Don't take it personal. Right? Especially now, y'all, with AI and all that. I mean, they doing things. People want to go fast. Companies want to beat their competition. People want to get, they used to call it butts and seats. In recruiting, we got to get butts and seats. We are products, y'all. Please don't take this stuff personally. That's why you set yourself up, right? You set yourself up and position yourself so that people are coming to you. People are coming to you. It's a reason why, and I say this all the time, I named the website attractopportunities.com because I know you can attract them to you. You don't have to be out there fishing and seeing what's going to stick. Is this going to stick? Is somebody going to call? No. If you position yourself and you know your stuff, they'll come to you. They'll come to you. I mean it. I mean it. Barbara said it happens every day. Janelle said that happened to me. Robots. Yeah. That's what it is. And then we really take, and I get it. You do feel that way. But we have to use our heads and not our hearts because we are now products. No longer are we considered, people of value. Our skills are, but now we got to use our heads and we got to play chess and not checkers. Let's look at this this case study. Okay, we'll talk about it. Now, hopefully, fingers crossed, y'all. For my new people, we got shut down a few weeks ago because Kelly was going crazy with the video. So hopefully, this is about 3 minutes. Fingers crossed. I'm gonna play it anyway. Here we go. Let's watch this. Let's watch this. This is AI. Here we go.
HireVue called themselves a hiring experience platform. Their video interviewing software has been used for almost 25 million video interviews worldwide. We can't find anything online about their video interview software being used to help decide who should lose their job. So I set up a conversation with their CEO and chief data scientist.
HireVue is about a 17-year-old company. It was started here by a young guy in Salt Lake City who, as a university graduate, couldn't get a job interview and thought that was tremendously unfair. We've been on a journey to democratize hiring using technology since then. We work with a large number of companies around the world every day, all of whom are committed to improving access, all of whom are committed to improving diversity. I think there's a lot of effort going in to make this altogether a fairer process for everybody.
I just wonder if you were aware that HireVue products were being used as part of redundancy processes rather than recruitment.
That I hadn't heard, so I don't recall who that is. So I'm not aware of that.
To help decide who to make redundant, Mac's parent company, Estee Lauder, asked employees to do a video interview using HireView software. The score of this assessment was considered alongside their sales figures and employment
I
records.
still can't get my head around how this software actually works.
It's simple. In the Mac women's video interview, HireView software analyzed their answers, the words they used, and their facial expressions using an algorithm.
What exactly is an algorithm?
It's a set of rules a computer uses to make decisions. So if you were a company looking to hire team players, you might tell the algorithm to score people who use the word we higher than people who use the word I.
Anthea says she didn't know her interview was going to be scored by an algorithm.
I literally thought we would be videoed and someone would mark it. It was after I found out that wasn't the case. Nobody saw the video. It was all algorithms.
HireView said candidates are always told how the software will be used.
In every single instance, there is always disclosure to the candidate about how they're going to be interviewed, whether we're going to use technology or if there's going to be a human reviewer.
But the women say it wasn't clear, and they felt the HireView assessment didn't seem a fair way to test their makeup skills, which was an important part of their job as retail artists.
The questions were a bit odd for what we expected, like how to do a dark smoky eye. I found like a really bizarre question, especially when you can't physically show somebody how to do, like to talk about it. So I found that a bit strange.
We have almost 700 customers around the world, and we work with them directly to design the interviews to make sure that we're delivering a very high quality experience to the candidate.
All three women lost their jobs. The interview was just part of their overall score, but all three felt it must be where they had fallen down, because they already knew their sales figures and other data being used to assess them.
My track record was like gleaming essentially, and I exceeded expectations and everything else. So this interview, I was definitely raised some alarm bells to me.
The three women appealed the decision to make them redundant and tried to find out more about how they were scored in the HireView interview.
In my outcome of my appeal, they just more or less copied and pasted the same sentence about algorithms and artificial intelligence and this tiering bucket of 15,000 data points. I still don't know what that means. I have no idea. I'm not like a data specialist. I don't know what any of that means. So to me, that isn't an answer.
Unsatisfied with the level of feedback about how the algorithms scored their HireView interviews, the women are taking legal action against Mac's parent company, Estee Lauder.
I'm speaking out now so people can hear the truth and people can hear that this is actually happening. It needs to be heard and it needs to be stopped. And that's exactly how I feel. And that's the drive that I've got at the moment. Almost kind of a bit like a fire in my belly.
So we'll catch up later with the women to see how that legal action goes.
What we think, y'all? They're not just using it for hiring. That's the name of this live tonight. They're also using it to get rid of people. People have to interview for their jobs sometime. I don't know if any of you have experienced that, but I've gone through that. Having to interview, and I had to put people through interviews. We had to put a whole department through internal interviews, already working in the job. But they had to re-interview for their jobs. These ladies worked at Mac. They had to go through a HireView interview, a video interview. And she was asked how to do a smoky eye on an interview, y'all. She was like, I'm with her on that. How in the world am I going to talk through how to do a smoky eye? Put a little bit of shadow right here and then do, it doesn't make sense. And they all lost their job. At least one of them was like, give me some feedback. That's why I said, always get feedback. Even if you send it in an email, because this could be any of us. Always get feedback. Because if they got systems just going through and rating us in profile relevancy score and redundancy and interviewing for your own job, you want to know how did they pick? How did I get laid off because I went through an interview? And the girl said, I got exceeds expectation on all of her performance reviews, and she still got let go. This is artificial intelligence. What y'all saying? What we think? Barbara said, you are telling the truth. I applied for one job yesterday, completed the assessment, and I wasn't a fit. I had the skills and the experience, but I didn't take. Good girl. Good. Clifford said, had a similar rejection email story. Then a month later, they set up a phone screen with me for the same position. They even acknowledged the rejection email sent, but later they requested a screen. See, like Clifford said, because it's not people. Derek said, everything today is based on algorithms, especially with technology. AI will progressively get more restrictive and absurd. Totally agree. That is awful. Yeah. So how do we fight back? Because we don't want to look at, again, it's always about educating ourselves. That way we are aware. Right? We talked earlier about our resume, making it as neutral as possible. I know it may not seem like that's right. I'm not going to hide myself. I've heard it from my own clients that say, I want to be my authentic self, and put when we were doing their LinkedIn profile. That's all cool. But at the end of the day, you want to call. Right? I get it. But at the end of the day, you want interviews, right? So this is what we have to do. Right? So if you're completing your resume, updating your resume, even if you're reskilling, right? How do you add that information on all of your professional documents? You want to ensure, we just saw earlier, we talked about a relevancy score. Again, we're educating ourselves so we can be equipped if we ever have to get out there. I was, this just popped in my head. When I told y'all earlier, I did an event over the weekend, right? And I was only supposed to be up for 45 minutes, but because somebody else, they came to the, it was virtual. They weren't prepared, right? And so they asked me if I can stay on 30 minutes longer, and I did, and it blessed me, right? I got an extra 30 minutes. Y'all know it ain't no problem. And like I can't find nothing to talk about. But here's my point to that: being prepared is better than having the skills. So even if somebody applies internally or externally, and you're thinking they got more skills, more education, more credentials, more years, more this, more that, if your stuff is solid and it doesn't get screened out, you already know to be relevant, and your resume is neutral, you're going to get picked, and they're going to be sitting there wondering why. Like Clifford was saying, he was like, how did I get rejected? And then they call me back in. This is what I mean by being prepared and being equipped. This knowledge that you have, a lot of people won't get the education. Y'all come on Tuesday and y'all search out information, not just here, but everywhere. I know y'all do. There's too much information for us not to be prepared. That's no excuse. So these ladies worked at Mac. Now they're suing Estee Lauder, and they actually won. They settled out of court. They can't talk about it. But y'all saw the CEO of HireVue. I want you to go back. This is on YouTube. Go back and watch the lady that's sitting next to him, because this guy set him up. If you notice, the interviewer guy, he set them up because the CEO was excited. Yeah, we got all these customers, and he said, well, did you know they're also using this tool? He called it redundancy, right? To let people go. And he said, and he looked at the lady. If you watch that lady, she was trying to contain herself, right? And of course, you're on camera or whatever. But if you go back and watch, she was blinking uncontrollably, like, oh, he set us up. And in all fairness to the CEO of HireVue, he said that he wasn't aware of that. I find that hard to believe, but I don't know him and he don't know me, so I don't know. Because I don't even know if legally that's even right. Janelle, what you think? I don't even think legally. How can you let somebody go over a video? It's not even a person there. Y'all know what I'm saying? There's not even a person there. Anyway, just know this is happening, right? Okay, so what are the AI jobs of the future? Remember, Robin, a few weeks ago, was it last week, y'all, or a week before? There's a list of that 50 companies. Actually, I dropped the link If you go back onto the YouTube in the playlist, I put the links there. I would start with those companies because what we know, and Robin's question, y'all was said, what are the AI jobs of the future? Take those 50 companies because they're publicly putting it out there that we're looking for these people. And it's not just technical. They're looking for HR, customer service, marketing. They're looking for all the, I would start, if 50 is a good start. I would start with those companies. At least you know that they're looking for people, right? And here's the other thing while I'm thinking about it. Ask about, because I know companies don't like to spend money. Ask about professional development. Ask if you can go to workshops and events and things like that, right? Is that in the budget? Ask for that. If you get into your performance review, or if you have a conversation with your manager or whomever, ask about professional development, y'all. Because you can start taking this and let them pay for it, right? I know Robin and T and some others, I dropped a course that was only for August, and I know that you all took, how was that, Robin? Share with us. She took a course, and again, because I wanted to give you all as much information as possible. But I wanted to show you both sides tonight, right? The hiring, some of you have already heard of HireVue. And they're using it now, AI, y'all, to let people go. Now, these women was like, okay, this is ridiculous. But see, here's the thing. Some people won't even ask for feedback. That's why I keep harping on that. Ask for feedback. They would not have known. They wouldn't have known. What y'all saying? Susan said, get rid of the applicant tracking system. It's a big waste. Susan said, get rid of it altogether. Get rid of it. Barbara said, I look for keywords and plug those into my resume. That's good. That's good. Barbara said, I have multiple resumes for positions. Derek said, that happened to me a few months ago. I applied for a position I am more than qualified for, but I was rejected. When I emailed for feedback, they immediately scared. Look at there. Ask for feedback, y'all. I didn't like his body. Yeah, you saw that, Robin, right? You saw that. Check out that lady though, because she was shook. She's, you know, when people start blinking, she's like, oh my. But he looked at her. Did y'all see? He looked over at her like, oh. I believe they know though. You can't tell me that a company is not going to inquire with the tool that they purchased from a company to say, you know what, we're going to use this to. Does this tool have the ability to tell us who we should get rid of? I cannot believe that conversation was not had. I can't believe that, especially if it's just known as an interview tool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Janelle said, I agree. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Janelle said, professional development is a great question. It's wonderful. That's it. Ask that question. Ask that question. I did, if you're in the Facebook group, I did it was maybe a year or so ago. I did a session, and I got a brain freeze already. Oh, I told the story of a guy who I was talking to, and it was a candidate, and it was for a very critical, he had these critical skills. It was machine learning, right? He was adamant. He did not bite he was adamant. He was like, what type of stipend do I receive for professional development? I mean, he had me shook. I was like, that's a great question. I love the question so much. I said, you know what? I'm going to check on that for you. I mean, he was ready. I like those kind of candidates, though. Stump me, right? Because I think I'm good, right? As a recruiter. Stump me. I like that. But he was together. But these are the type of candidates, though, you want, because they gave that man whatever he wanted. But that's that confidence. If you know what you're worth, he said, and he told me, because I told him, I said, you know what? I've never had that question before. He said, yeah, because I'm going to go to the conference and I'm going to bring back everything that I learned. I'm going to bring back to the company. He was right. He was absolutely right. If you don't ask, y'all, a closed mouth don't get what? Y'all got to ask, especially if you know your company cheap. You got to ask. I'll tell my daughter that. I'm like, okay, we already know they want. I say, get this from them. I said, you need a phone too, don't you? Because you're doing work on your phone. She was like, yeah, Mom, I do. I'm like, get that. She's going to get a phone. Like, you get what you can, right? Robin said, it's good. I have 2 more weeks. Oh, good, good. In my professional development funds. But look at that. Look at that, y'all. Robin took the course. That's awesome. Most won't mention development if you don't bring it up. They won't. They absolutely will not. They absolutely will not. But this is for if you're going to be there anyway, y'all, you want to get something out of it, right? We've made working so transactional, and especially for us that go in and we provide the value and the service, and we've forgotten that it's our time that we'll never get back. We'll never get that time back, and we spend more time. I think it's 90,000 hours that someone had added up that we spend at work. And for those of us that know that we're not going to make a career transition or climb a ladder or do anything like that, at least get something out of it for yourself. For yourself, right? Get some additional skills, especially as you see the world moving and you see the workplace changing and you see tools and technology evolving, because your company, I guarantee you, because they have to, in order to stay in business, they have to keep up. They have to stay competitive. They have to stay innovative. So you have to as well, because they will get rid of people that do not. And they will keep the one I sent an email, I should say, to, if you're not on the email list, you can go to attractopportunities.com. But I sent an email talking about hypos. These are high potential employers, high potential employees. There's a list that HR has of high potentials. They're called hypos, right? And even just not even for your company, for yourselves, more important than anything, for yourselves. Look at the skills you have. Look at the value that you bring. Look at the knowledge that you have. I'm happy to talk to you if you're not even sure how to figure that out. What you bring and what you give to the marketplace. And those are just, the marketplace are just the people that's looking for the value that you bring, the solutions that you offer. But the tide has turned, y'all. This is a different workforce that we're in. And we talk a lot in here about, back in the day, it was our bodies that we used. My mom worked at General Motors and she put the brakes on and we used our bodies. And, now it's about the shoulders up. It's here. And you got to be just as smart. As a matter of fact, you got to be smarter. And you cannot lead, or you shouldn't lead with this, but with this. Because a lot of us make emotional decisions. Oh, I can't leave my 401k. Oh, the benefits here are so good. Oh, but if the company, they're not thinking about that. They're thinking about their business and the bottom line and what their investors are saying and what their board members are saying. They're not thinking about if Robin or Janelle or Derek is 401k is sitting there. What's going to be best for this company? It's unfortunate if we got to lay off 150 people, but that's the best thing because we have to become lean. We don't want that to happen to us, but we want to be what? Prepared. And that's why we get the knowledge and then we make it applicable to our lives when we have to. We can reach down in our toolbox because we know we didn't study AI for a whole month. And I know Kelly gave us a whole list of 50 companies that's looking for people in every business unit, in every department. And I know there's a course. Robin just told us about the course. She loved the course. It was 18 hours. We can't invest more time in making somebody else money than we do in ourselves. We're known to do that, y'all. We will invest. We will go and show up early. We will go and stay late. We will do the extra project. We will go get the cupcakes for the birthday party. We will give so-and-so a ride. We will help. We will do all the things, but we won't even invest in ourselves. Time out for that. As we get ready to go into our last quarter into 2024, we're going to make a commitment to ourselves to continue, because y'all do it when you show up here. You don't even have to. This is your time. And that's the most valuable commodity that you have. More than your money is your time. You can make money. I can show you how to make money. I'm gonna be showing the folks on October 7th, hint, short commercial on October 7th in the class that I'm doing. I'm gonna show them how to make money. I can show you how to make money all day, but your time, you don't get that back. You don't get it back. Once it's gone, it's gone. If you're gonna be giving something to these employers that's making money off of you, get something in return. This is chess, not checkers. If you're going in there every day, head down, doing work, going home, going there every day, head down, going home, going there, what are you doing? You can't be surprised if something pop off. Because I say it all the time, just so that I keep you awoke, because I know people that come to me crying and can't believe it. All right, I'm done. I'm getting off. I'm getting off the soapbox. I get down. Veronica, what's up, girl? Gen AI is the new buzzword. There you go. Look at Veronica, y'all. Look, she said it's fun. And I didn't even get into generative AI. I didn't even get into that. Because I know this can be overwhelming. And I think Zal, she put it beautifully last week. She was like, okay, Kelly, I hear it all, but it can be, and she's right. And I know it can. I wanted to play this whole video for y'all. Because it's so much information. It's so, even when Saturday when I was at the private event, we was 2 hours. I told you they gave me an extra 30 minutes. I had 45. They gave me an extra 30, but it was so many questions. It was so good. And we talked about everything in the workforce, not just AI. We talked about everything. It's so much out there. And I don't mind doing the digging to give it to you all, but it's not just getting the information, y'all. You have to do like Robin and like T, she's not on here, but they actually take action. I didn't talk to Robin several times. I know she'll be equipped if something happened. And not because she talked to me, because she takes action. She executes. Derek, the same way. All of you all are, because you're on here. I'm passionate about this because I know that for us, 40 and over, they don't set us up like they do the other demographics. And so I'm just sounding the bullhorn. Let's stay woke. Let's stay awake. Let's be aware. Let's know what's happening. Veronica just told us generative AI. Write it down. It's out here, y'all. It's changing now from AI to I know the whole world because I know. I didn't even bring it up. I didn't bring it up because I didn't want to overwhelm you. But when it's time, I was shared on Instagram. They on ChatGPT-5. Some of us ain't touched 2 or 1. Now, I'm not saying that you have to. I just want you to be aware because I love y'all. Y'all know I do. Zal said, Camille, what's up? What's up? Hey, fam, where do I find the list of 50 companies? Go when you, hey, while I'm on it, can y'all like, how many of us on here? 20? Can we get 20 likes? I always forget this. Can we get 20 likes? If this is good, if this is informative, if y'all like it, can y'all give me some likes, some love on here? Camille, is that you? Camille, when we go to the playlist, what's it called, y'all? AI something? It's called AI Camille. I don't know. I can't remember which week it was, but if you look in the description, I put it in there. It's a link, okay? It's a link. Zal said, I recently lost my job due to an acquisition, and I'm trying to, you know what? So I'm glad you said that. I mean, I'm not glad that happened, but I meant to talk about M&As. That's a topic we got to talk about because that's happening a lot. Mergers and acquisitions. And I'm sorry you lost your job. I recently lost my job due to an acquisition, and I'm trying to figure out how to best utilize this time to eventually find something new that fits me. That's a great question, and I am sorry that you lost your job, but I know that you have a skill set. They hired you. That means you have a skill set. That tells me already, and I haven't even talked to you. The first thing you want to do is to determine what Zal wants to do. Oftentimes, and I know we got bills to pay. I know we do. But when we get in a desperate, and I'm not saying you are, but when we get in a desperation mode, that's when things start happening and it start affecting us in various ways, right? So now's the time, which is an excellent question, Zal. What is it that you want to do? You know the skills you have. the experience that you had? Do you want to continue to doing the type of work that you've been doing? Do you want to make a transition? Do you want to do something different? These are questions, right? You want to ask yourself. And what I would do is the first thing I would do is answer that question. You know what? I really like what I'm doing. But I do think that some of my skills might be getting automated. So let me figure out which skills are my strength. And I'm going to take that, now that I know the skills, and I'm going to go to that list like Camille is, that's underneath that video. And I'm going to go through all those jobs. They put it in public. We're looking for people, y'all. These ain't just, startups. These are real companies looking. They break it down by skills. They break it down by business unit. They tell you what they're looking for. Now, before I apply, though, I would make sure that all of your professional documents, we just walked through why. I would make sure that they're buttoned up, they're polished, and they're solid. That your skills are relevant, and you want them to look at what you want to be known for. Oftentimes, especially when all of us are a certain age, we want to put everything down that we've done. And I'm here to tell you, as a recruiter for 3 decades, we don't care about everything you've done. We only care about this job we have open, and can you help us? Can you fill it? Right? So start with your strengths, Zal. Figure out, okay, I know I want to be a digital marketing specialist. Kelly, I know that's what I want to be. Okay, perfect. Go to those list of 50 jobs and see who's hiring in marketing. Okay, got it. Look at the job descriptions. Do my skills align with what they want? Okay, perfect. Now let me get my stuff tight, my resume, my LinkedIn profile, because I know they're going to check me out and they're going to look. And in case an AI system, ATS, is looking, I'm going to go back through my resume, or I'm going to get with Kelly and I'm going to have her look, make sure it's neutral. Let me know if that helps all. Derek said, we have to stay prepared. Focus on yourself as your own business. He said a mouthful, y'all. What benefits your business long-term? That's it. You are the CEO of you. Y'all remember I put that book up? You are the CEO of you. Barbara said, you are so right. Derek said, amen. Chestnut, there you go, y'all. We come to win. We come to win. Chestnut checkers. We knocking them all down. Camille said, yes, I'm taking the you. Go ahead, Camille. I love it. Slauson, what's up? They're not setting no one up. I'm a millennial. You're a millennial. Well, I guess we'll let you in. I'm happy you're here, hon. We love millennials too. We love you. We love millennials. You're welcome. She's like, hold up, Kelly, hold on. My daughter is too, so I can't be, I can't. Thanks for reminding me to like. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, y'all give me some like, give me some love. That's social currency, right? Instead of real money or currency, that's what you call social currency. You hit the like button if you like it. If you don't like it, it's okay. It's okay. I love you anyway. Camille said, okay, thank you. You're welcome, hon. So I said, I know you didn't mean you were glad it happened to you. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Luckily, I got a little severance. Oh, thank God. And it gives me a little time. There you go. I love it. Now you're thinking. Just anything I do, want to do something different, and I'm not 100. That's all right. Let's look at the skills, right? Let's look at the skills and take it from there. Let's look at the skills and take it from there. Let me drop my link in case you all want to hop on a call. Listen, Labor Day is coming, right? We got to do something for Labor Day. So any service that you want, I'm taking half off. Listen, it's for y'all on this call. So I'm gonna give you my link, and I'll tell you what it is that share. This is everything here. This is me. Zal, if you want to do a career chat, you can do that. It's in this link that I just dropped. Hopefully did it act funky? That ain't it, y'all. That's not the right one. I don't know what I'll be doing. Oh, I'm hide that. Oh no, I don't want to show it. Lord have mercy. Y'all know it's been a long day. Hold on one second. Why did it do that? It's in my Instagram bio. It's on my Facebook as well. It's just a link and it shows all my stuff. I don't even know. Oh, I know what happened. Hold on, let me get it. Let me get it. Let me get it. So yeah, Labor Day, everything half off. So I have my core program, right? Career management system. Some of you all are in there. We're having a blast. We're having a ball. We're having a ball. We're having a ball. And that's where you get interviews in 45 days or less, right? 45 days or less. That's my core program, Then I do a professional package where I do your resume, your LinkedIn profile, and your cover letter. I do that in 8 days or less. And then that's really it. That's really it. I do career chats if you just want to map out a strategy because you're not quite sure. I do those as well. Okay, here's my link. But yeah, everything half off until Labor Day midnight, okay? Labor Day midnight. That's the wrong one. Don't click on that. Lord have mercy. Don't click on that. But here, that's the one. Okay. I'll put my link down there. That was helpful? Okay. Okay. Awesome. So I said, luckily, okay, good. So I said, I'll check it out. Okay, awesome. Was this helpful, y'all? We did it. We made it a whole month. How we feel? We feel AI ready? No? Yeah, it's in Zah. It's in, I dropped it right here. It's this one up here. Where it says beacons.ai. That's my link as well. All right, y'all. We got Labor Day coming up. That is our holiday. So make sure we are taking some time off for Labor Day, please. And thank you. Please and thank you. Anybody going out of town? Anybody doing anything? Any Floridians in the building? We got Hurricane, what is it called? Idalia? It's supposed to be coming to Georgia too. So y'all be careful. Okay. Let me see what y'all saying. No prayers to all. Yes, I just need to know how to put that. I am AI prepared. Good. You too, Sheila. Oh, y'all so welcome. Y'all so welcome. I know we're over time. All right, if y'all are traveling, be careful, be safe, enjoy your families. Make sure you take some time off. We work hard. Y'all give me some likes. I appreciate it. I'd appreciate it. Ooh, Susie Q's heading to Long Beach Island. Love it. You're welcome, S. Tom. You're welcome. We're going to start fresh next month with some new topics. I got some good stuff coming for y'all. If you are interested, don't forget I have the class coming up October 7th. We're going to talk about consulting and owning your own knowledge practice. Let me ask y'all this real quick. For those who are still here, I know people are leaving. It's okay. Would you be interested in learning how to start your own business? If you are, y'all send me an email. I won't keep you on, but I'll put, would y'all be interested in that? Because I feel like I get questions, but I don't get enough to maybe do anything about it. But if that's of interest, y'all let me know. Y'all hit me up and let me know. Okay, y'all. Hey, Veronica. You're welcome. Be safe. You always give incredible gems. Oh, okay. Y'all the best. Love y'all. Have a good night. Be safe. Have a great week. See y'all next week. Bye.